Hello guys, OverBidden here. Welcome to the very first episode of Winter Climb, where I record and talk about my journey to greatness. In this very first episode, I'm going to talk about taking notes while playing League of Legends. Okay, I will be going over why it's important to take notes, the ways that I think is optimal to take notes, in my opinion, and we will also go over the notes that I took yesterday after playing 12 games. Okay, so first of all, why do I think it's important to take notes? In any game, or in League of Legends in this case, if I outperform my opponent, if I play middle, I outperform the enemy mid laner. If I play top, I outperform the enemy top laner, jungle, support, all that. Okay, if I outperform them overall, right? Early game CS trading, right? Mid game roaming, late game teamfight. If I do better, I should be rewarded by a win, right? But this is usually not the case because we have 4 other teammates, right? And in some other games like Hearthstone, Gwent, there's RNG factor. Okay, it's very easy to be distracted from paying attention to our own performance and pay too much attention to the result of the game. Okay, and I think, well, it's not I think, it's obvious that our own performance of the game, it's the only important factor and the only consistent factor that will allow me to win game after game. Okay, and taking notes will allow me to pay attention to this only important factor rather than complaining about teammates and all the things that shouldn't pay attention to. So that is the reason that I think taking notes is very important. Okay, now let's talk about the optimal ways to take notes, in my opinion. I should be writing down my own performance rather than how my teammate plays, right? If I'm getting ganked by the enemy jungler again and again, and my jungler was just doing nothing, instead of complaining that he's so trash, right? Why he didn't back me up? I should be writing down that I should play around my jungle pressure. I should be warding better, right? I should just play passive, right? Stuff like that. And I should also write down the things that I can learn from the past game, because the only thing that matters, again, it's my own performance, right? My teammates' performance is not gonna matter if I play better in a consistent manner. I will climb out of the ELO, okay, if I just play better. So obviously, that's the only thing that we should be focusing on. Okay, so oh yeah, before we go into the notes, I want to show you just a brief look at the result of my yesterday's games, right? I had a pretty good result. I played 12 games, I won 7, I lost 5. Well, it's not the best, but I'm still getting used to the new mouse, new sensitivity, and I switched from quick cast to normal cast while I'm playing all the mid champions, and then I also took a break. A lot of excuses, but I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy about the result. Okay, on the games that I lost, I did alright, right? And then on the games that I won, I did very good. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the notes. So first game, Kasdan versus Fizz. I need to build Hourglass early to counter him. The same idea can be applied to Kasdan versus Zed. What's happening is that early game I did really well, but when the mid game comes, the Fizz just ulted me again and again. The normal build path for Kasdan is Rod of Ages into Leechbang into Hourglass, right? Although I have this early stopwatch, I didn't, after using it for the first time, I didn't build it into the Hourglass after the Rod of Ages. So we lost a lot of mid-game skirmishes because of that. So what I learned was I need to build the Hourglass early to counter the assassins, right? Maybe I can build Hourglass versus Talon as well, depends, right? So that's the first game. Second game, Maokai versus Drace. I did okay early. I did exceptional, right? You want to be humble, right? Because there's no point of like boosting your ego here. You only want to like write down the things that is important, right? Like, yeah, I can definitely write down, oh, I went 10-1, 9-1, 14-1, whatever. But there's no need because, you know, You can do good in one game, you can do bad in the next game. The scores is not gonna stay with me, right? Only the things that I can learn from the past game. Okay. Second game, Maokai versus Jace. I did okay. I ulted too many times backwards. I don't know why I do that. So just alt forward, and then I need to use E more often during team fights. Second game. Okay. Also, we have a Zyra. Zyra did about 60k damage. He did the most damage on the team. He's a Zyra support. However, the enemy Soraka healed for 80k. So the enemy Soraka actually healed more than our poke support. So we kind of just lost right there. So that's what we got from the second game. Third game, TF versus Aurelion Sol. What I learned from this game is that the normal way of playing TF is you push up the wave, right? Wave number 1 and wave number 2, right? You have your red card, you have your auto attack. You can push up the first 2 waves to deny the enemy's mid lane's CS, while the enemy jungler can't really gank you early, right? But versus Aurelion Sol, TF, you can't really do that. Aurelion Sol can outpush the TF. So rather than using the red card on the minions very early, wait for the Aurelion Sol to open the stars, right? And then you use the card to either stun him or zone him away. And then, yeah, for the wave control. So that's what I learned from the third game. Okay, fourth game, Pantheon versus Alaoi. Usually I go very aggressive in this matchup, but it's okay to let the enemy push in, even on Pantheon. Because in solo queue, yes, you can say, yeah, the enemy, I mean, my jungler should back me up if I'm playing aggressive, if we can win the 2v2, but that doesn't happen in solo queue, right? So it's okay when playing top lane, you back up a little bit and then just, yeah, relying on yourself rather than your teammates' performance. Okay, so that's for the first one. And the same idea, I used the same idea to apply to my fifth game, Ibelia versus GP. Usually in this matchup or any other matchups that Ibelia versus like a range champion or a weak level 1 champion, you wait for the first 3 melee minions to die, right? No, actually, when they are about to die, you level up your Q first. You can Q, instantly kill the first 3 minions, and you kill on the enemy's face. Okay, and then you can win the trade. You can win the trade very, very hard by doing that. But it's okay to not go all in at level 1, because if you go all in at level 1, you are pushing the wave, right? You can wait a little bit, and then so that you don't rely on your jungler to back you up. Okay, and if you are confident to win later, it's okay to do that. And that's what I did, and that's how I went. What is it? 14-1. Okay, boosting my ego here, but not in my notes. Being a hypocrite here. The sixth game, I lost. Ibelia versus Yasuo middle. Yasuo has a lot of damage at level 6, so I learned that he has just as much burst as me at level 6, and also I need to pay attention to the jungler. I have the power spike, so to speak, before level 6, but at level 6 is anybody's game. Okay. Seventh game, Kassadin versus Kog'Maw. Watch out for Alistar's passive stun. Yes, I didn't play the Alistar after the rework, so I got stunned by the Alistar's passive one time. So that I was pretty mad about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna write it down and then yeah, pay attention to the Alistar's passive stun next time. Presence of mind on casting is really strong if I don't need the early hourglass. There are 2 trees to take when playing Kassadin nowadays. One is to take, well, several trees. I may go over it like later or just on stream, right? But I will go over it briefly. Sorcery, there's really not much to talk about it. You can go Arcane Common, but I feel like Summoner Cancer Area just has way too much damage for the early. So I took the Airy. For the second tree, a lot of people take Precision. And the reason to take Precision is this, Presence of Mind. After for 5 seconds after gaining a level or takedown, I think it's like 7 seconds already, they buffed it. So if I get assist or I get a takedown or I level up, I can use mana and then get the mana refunded to me. Okay, what that means is that if I get a takedown during team fight, right, even assist, I can just use my ultimate and all my other skills just again and again and again. I will have my mana refunded. Okay, and then because of how Castan's ultimate works, right, it's really strong on this. Okay, but if I take this tree, I don't have the option to go for like maybe a more defensive option or a more economic option. I think that in some games I went for some more economic options. Not here, but I can go for the stopwatch and the magical footwear to gain about 900 gold for free just by taking those two. Okay, so it's a choice, right? But if I don't need those other choices, presence of mind is really strong. Okay, so that's for Kasdan. 8th game, Maokai versus Alaoi. Alaoi is really strong versus a lot of champions that don't have a lot of armor, not versus Maokai. Okay, so build tank versus Alaoi is good. I kind of know that, but I just reconfirmed the idea. Okay, if I play Irelia, which is one of my best champions, and I don't build armor, which because I can't really afford to build armor too early, or if I build armor, I just don't have enough damage. It's gonna be a pretty tough matchup. Not when I'm playing a tank. Okay, 9th game, Aston versus Talon. I got like surprised by the Talon damage. When he was at level 6, he had about 120 mana. He just burst me down when I had half HP. I thought he's not gonna have enough mana to cast ultimate and all that, but if he can proc the passive with ignite, it's a lot of damage. Okay, and the same thing. Let's just jump to the 12th game because it's the same idea. Kasdan versus Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser has a lot of burst as well when just at any level, right? So just pay attention to it, even he doesn't have ignite. Okay, 10th game, Kasdan versus Orianna. Orianna level 1 shield is really good versus Kasdan's poke. And yeah, if you play Orianna versus Kasdan, you should definitely start the shield to counter Kasdan's Q harass. Okay, so yeah, and then also our top lane was Irelia versus Teemo. Our jungler did a really good job of getting me fed, but then our top Irelia is just had a lot of disadvantage versus the Teemo because our top is like 1v1, 1v2. So if I see a very clear lane that needs more help than me, I should just ask my jungler to help the lane that needed help the most instead of me, right? So 10th game, 11th game, Asden versus Quirky. Dodge the obvious games that cannot be won. Yeah, this is quite important because we have a autofill top laner that he was playing Lissandra into the what is it? Lissandra into the Irelia, and he went 1-7, right? Like in a game like this, you just cannot win. And I track his record, and he couldn't play Lissandra or top laner at all. Okay, I knew that, so I shouldn't take the risk and just dodge the game. Okay, so yeah, the video is already long enough. I try to keep the video short, and I will try to also upload a video to cover like different topics every day, not necessarily just go over the notes, right? I will try to talk about something else, but I will try to make it a daily thing. All right, in the very near future, I should be climbing this account to Diamond very soon. Okay, this account was at Diamond, I think, during the summer, but after hitting Diamond, I never touched this account, and then this account actually fall back to Platinum 3. And then yesterday I started this account at, I think, 0 LP Platinum 2, and I climbed to 87 LP, which is pretty good. So we will try to keep it up for today. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay.